The country's greatest engineers stood frozen around a silent machine that had already defeated every expert in the room. For 7 exhausting hours, technicians, programmers, and mechanical specialists had tried everything they knew. Nothing worked. The billionaire owner watched millions of dollars disappear with every passing minute as his company's most important invention remained completely locked down. Just as another frustrated expert admitted defeat, a young maid quietly stepped forward with her cleaning cart and politely asked one simple question. The room erupted with laughter. No one expected the poor maid to understand technology that had baffled the world's finest minds. She calmly studied the machine for less than a minute, pressed one overlooked lever, adjusted a tiny safety pin hidden beneath the housing, and the entire system roared back to life. Every alarm turned green. The factory erupted in applause. The billionaire could only stare in stunned silence, realizing the woman everyone ignored had solved in 60 seconds what experts couldn't fix all day. If you believe wisdom matters more than wealth, kindness is stronger than pride, and everyone deserves hope and a second chance, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that remind us what truly matters. 53-year-old billionaire Nathan Ellsworth had built one of the world's leading robotics companies from a small garage workshop. His factories produced advanced medical equipment that hospitals across the country relied upon every day. One sunny afternoon, the company prepared to demonstrate a revolutionary robotic surgical system to investors and government officials. Years of research and nearly everything Nathan had invested depended on that presentation. Minutes before the demonstration, the central control unit suddenly shut down. Backup systems failed. Emergency diagnostics displayed no useful information. The company immediately called every senior engineer available. Hours passed. Highly trained specialists dismantled panels, replaced circuit boards, updated software, and checked thousands of electrical connections. Nothing worked. Every failed attempt increased the tension inside the enormous research facility. Reporters waited outside. Investors whispered nervously. Nathan remained calm on the outside, but inside he feared the failure could destroy years of trust and place thousands of employee jobs at risk. Working quietly nearby was 28-year-old maid Clara Bennett. She had spent the past 3 years cleaning laboratories, offices, and workshops throughout the facility. Scientists rarely noticed her. Most assumed she simply emptied bins and polished floors. Very few knew that before her father became seriously ill, Clara had completed 3 years of mechanical engineering at university. When medical bills consumed the family's savings, she left school to care for him and accepted housekeeping work because it offered flexible hours. Although she no longer attended classes, Clara never stopped learning. Every afternoon during her lunch break, she watched engineers from a distance, read discarded technical manuals scheduled for recycling, and studied mechanical systems in the public library. Engineering remained her passion. She simply no longer had the opportunity to practice it. As Clara quietly cleaned near the disabled machine, she noticed something unusual. Every expert focused on complicated electronic failures. Nobody examined the simplest mechanical safety system. She politely asked whether the emergency transport lock had been fully disengaged after the machine was moved that morning. One engineer smiled politely. Another laughed. A consultant confidently replied that such a basic mistake would have been impossible. Embarrassed, Clara apologized and pushed her cleaning cart away. Nathan noticed the exchange. Unlike the others, he paid attention to her expression. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She genuinely believed she had observed something important. Nathan asked her to explain. Clara slowly approached the machine. She pointed toward a tiny red alignment pin hidden beneath a protective bracket. During transportation, the robotic system required a mechanical locking pin to protect delicate internal components. If the pin remained partially engaged, multiple sensors would interpret the machine as unsafe to activate, even though every electronic component remained fully functional. Because the pin sat behind a protective cover, software diagnostics could not detect the problem. The room became silent. Clara carefully released the pin, checked the alignment, and gently reset the safety lever. Less than a minute later, the control panel illuminated. Cooling fans started spinning. Hydraulic systems activated. Every warning message disappeared. The robotic arms smoothly completed their startup sequence. The laboratory erupted into stunned applause. Several engineers immediately reviewed the maintenance records. Sure enough, during transport earlier that morning, one temporary technician had forgotten the final mechanical release step. The billion-dollar system had never been broken. It had simply never been fully unlocked. Nathan slowly walked toward Clara. He asked where she had learned so much about advanced machinery. Clara quietly shared her story. She spoke about leaving university, caring for her father, and refusing to abandon her dream even after life changed direction. She admitted she still carried her old engineering notebooks home every evening because she believed knowledge should never be wasted. Nathan stood silently for several moments. He realized the company had spent millions recruiting experts from around the world while overlooking remarkable talent already working inside its own walls. The following week, Nathan offered Clara a paid engineering apprenticeship within the company. Not because she had solved one problem. Because she had demonstrated careful observation, humility, and the courage to speak despite expecting to be ignored. Clara accepted with gratitude. She worked tirelessly, completed her engineering degree through the company's education program, and eventually became one of its leading mechanical design specialists. Years later, she helped develop life-saving medical devices used in hospitals across the world. Nathan changed the company's hiring philosophy forever. Every employee, regardless of position, received opportunities to suggest improvements, participate in innovation programs, and continue learning. Ideas were judged by their quality, not by the uniform worn by the person presenting them. The culture transformed. Innovation accelerated. Employees felt respected. The company grew stronger than ever before. Whenever Nathan addressed new recruits, he always shared the story of the afternoon when a maid reminded an entire room of experts that the simplest answer is often hidden beneath assumptions. Before this story comes to an end, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever been underestimated because of your job or background? Please leave a meaningful comment below because your experience may inspire someone else to keep believing in themselves. As another warm afternoon sunlight filled the research center years later, Clara stood beside a new generation of young engineers, encouraging them to stay curious and never stop asking simple questions. Nathan watched proudly from the audience, knowing the greatest breakthrough his company had ever experienced wasn't a machine or an invention. It was learning that extraordinary talent can be found in the most ordinary places if we choose to look with respect instead of prejudice. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, true brilliance doesn't announce itself with expensive titles. It quietly proves itself when everyone else has given up.